Hello everyone and welcome back to 27 Fox Place. I'm taking care of all the weekly cleaning today. As the days get shorter, it gets so much harder to get out of bed in the morning, which makes it harder to keep up with everything that I need to do in the mornings. And I've had to put the maintenance cleaning on hold while we work on fixing up our primary bathroom, but I still need to keep up with the daily and weekly cleaning. So on days when I wake up late, that usually means that I fall behind with my routines or I skip my workout or both, which is why I always look forward to the daylight saving time coming to an end. I get an extra hour of sleep and the early morning sunlight helps to get me going so that I can get back on track. But I want to make sure that I can make exercise a priority this week, which is why I'm so motivated to take care of all the weekly cleaning today. But I'm also behind on last week's cleaning before the time change, so I can get caught up and get a head start on this week's cleaning, and that way I'll just have the daily cleaning to do for the next week, and then I can continue with my regular routine. And this whole routine takes a little over an hour to do when I don't have a camera with me, but filming always takes 2 to 3 times longer, and I don't always have the motivation to clean the entire house in one day, but it does help to get that extra hour in the morning, and I know it will make my mornings easier this week.
I saw you from across the room. When our eyes met, I never knew I could feel this way, and it's kinda strange. Don't even know your name.
Microfiber cloths can be washed in warm water with regular laundry detergent, but you want to avoid using bleach, fabric softeners, and high heat because they can damage the fibers. And it's also better if they're washed in a separate load because they can snag on things like zippers, and they can also attract lint and hair like magnets. But I don't have enough cleaning cloths to run a full separate load, so instead I use mesh laundry bags to separate the microfiber cloths from the rest of the laundry.
I'm hoping that you stick around. Show me what it's like.
I have a load of laundry to fold and put away, but I want to wipe down the countertops so that I have a clean place to put the laundry.
'Cause I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I think I've waited all these years for you right here. But how will I ever know if you go? 'Cause I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you.
It can be hard to tell, but I like to use wool dryer balls to help reduce static and energy costs. And I used to pull them out of the dryer after every load, but it just seemed like an unnecessary extra step to pull them out and then toss them back in again. So now I just leave them in the dryer, and when I find one, I just toss it back in. Most of the time, I prefer to use the ironing board as a folding table because I can adjust it to a comfortable height and it gives me more room to fold, but I don't need a lot of room to fold the laundry today. This load is mostly socks and I have plenty of room on the countertop to fold them, so I decided not to take the extra step. My husband always gets the same white socks from Costco, and every new batch seems to get shorter. So now I have 3 different types of socks to match up, and somehow I always end up with a pair that doesn't match up, only to find them in the next load.
Goes round and round in circles, but I'm still on the ground. It's a dizzying day. I would give a lot to get away. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me? Or just sit beside me and never leave? I got the curtains up. I guess it would be nice if you could interrupt. It's a day like this. It's a day.
Every cleaning product has a dwell time, and in addition to dwell time, most disinfecting products require a clean surface before they can be used. And this Lysol bowl cleaner that I'm using needs 10 minutes to disinfect, so when I clean the bathrooms, the first thing I do is apply bowl cleaner and any cleaners that I'm using.
Or just sit beside me and never leave.
Having a removable toilet seat makes it so much easier to clean all the hard-to-reach places around the hinges. Years ago, we had to replace one of the toilet seats in one of the bathrooms, and what we found underneath was shocking. So we installed removable seats in every bathroom. So now I can run the seat under the hot water in the tub to clean it before I use the disinfectant wipe. And I like to use microfiber cloths to clean the bathroom, but when it comes to toilets, I always like to use disposable cleaning products to wipe down the outside of the toilet bowl.
Could you bring some light to me? Or just sit beside me and never leave?
I can't use the same cleaning products in every bathroom, so microfiber cloths are an effective way to remove germs and bacteria without using expensive chemicals that can cause damage to surfaces. And I wipe down the countertops and sinks in our primary bath every morning, so I don't need to use harsh chemicals to remove soap scum and water deposits.
If I wrote you a song, if I got every word perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper, would it make any difference? Would it change for the better? If I wrote you a poem, if I posted a letter?
I'm not going to clean the inside of the tub today, but I am going to wipe down the outside of the shower doors. It's much easier to clean the tub and the shower when I'm already in it, so I like to keep a soap dispensing brush in the shower, and I just fill the handle with soap and vinegar solution, and that way I can clean the shower before I get out.
I was, and suddenly you told me, baby, you're lost, but I am too. Whatever the cost, we'll make it through. Tell me you're the one for me.
And once I've finished scrubbing the toilet, I'll leave the cleaner to sit until the next time we use it, and I just prop the brush between the seat to let it dry before I take it out of the room. I use a different set of microfiber cloths for each bathroom, but otherwise it's pretty much the same process for each bathroom, and I like to clean all the bathrooms on the same day because I used all the same products, and I typically clean the bathrooms midweek, but if I can't clean them all at the same time, then I split up the cleaning by task, and I'll clean the toilets one day and the sinks and mirrors the next, and so on. And I usually don't clean the floors when I clean the bathroom, and as you'll see a little bit later, I have a day for floors. So when I clean the floors, I clean all the floors at the same time, including the bathroom floors.
You tell me you're scared. You tell me you're weak. But I know you're stronger than what you think.
The Fly Lady recommends swishing the toilet bowl with a brush and wiping down the sink and countertops every morning, and she calls this a swish and swipe. And I had already established most of my cleaning routines before I stumbled across the Fly Lady, and my first thought was that cleaning the bathrooms every day was just too much, and I immediately ruled it out, but the idea already stuck in the back of my mind, and eventually I started to try it, but I still clean the toilets once a week, and now I keep disinfectant wipes in each bathroom so that I can wipe down the countertops and the toilet. So I wipe down the primary bathroom every morning before I turn out the light. But for this downstairs bathroom, I'm in and out several times a day, so I've made it a habit to wipe it down before I leave on one of those visits. It only takes about 30 seconds to grab a disinfecting wipe from under the sink and wipe everything down before I leave, and this simple habit helps to keep the bathrooms clean in less than a minute in between my weekly cleaning.
Tell me you're nervous. You're afraid. I wish you could see that. I think you're brave. And if it all falls, if it all breaks, I'll still be here. We'll fix these mistakes. Wherever you're going, I'm going to. I'll follow you through the black and the blue. Wherever the mountain, climb to the nest. Honey, I'm with you through half and today.
I have a day set aside for cleaning the kitchen so that I can clean the shelves in the garden window every week, and there's too much to clean in one day, so I typically clean a little bit every day. So I'll wipe down the appliances one day, and I'll wipe down a section of cabinets the next, and another day I'll clean out the microwave, and so on. And for me, it's just much easier to spend an extra few minutes every day before I leave the kitchen, and if there's something that I didn't get to take care of during the week, then I can take care of it when I clean the window. So each week will look a little bit different depending on what I have left to do.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, feel it coming in. Golden spring. Rainbow trout and hummingbird sing. Golden, I follow my golden. Golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, gold. I follow only golden, golden, golden things.
The fastest way to clean the inside of a microwave is to boil a cup of water for about 5 minutes or so and let the steam and condensation loosen up all the grease and stuck-on bits. And while I'm waiting for the microwave, I can finish up in the rest of the kitchen.
Walk up the river by my son. Feet step over splinters of the moon. Golden, I follow only golden, 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 golden things. Gold birds, gold string, gold words, gold anything, golden. I follow only golden, 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 golden things. Golden, I follow only golden, golden, golden things.
Having a regular cleaning schedule has a lot of benefits. Breaking up the chores into smaller chunks makes it easier to keep the house clean in less time with less effort. And trying to adopt a routine can be a challenge because not everyone needs to clean the same things at the same frequency. And a single flight attendant who is never home doesn't need to clean as often as a busy household of 6. And not everyone has a garden window with glass shelves in the kitchen that needs to be cleaned every week. So if you're trying to start a cleaning routine for the first time, using a routine like the Fly Lady can be a good place to start. And when I discovered the Fly Lady, I had already put together a cleaning routine of my own, and I quickly realized that her routines and schedules just don't work for me, but I was able to adapt some of her routines to fit into my own schedule. bathrooms and kitchens, I clean in zones, but when it comes to the rest of the house, I like to clean by task instead. So I dust the entire house at the same time, and it only takes about 10 minutes to walk through the house with the duster, and this regular dusting keeps the house clean in between what I like to call maintenance cleaning. And this lamb's wool duster makes it so quick and easy to dust the house, and its large size covers a large area, which saves time cleaning, and the fine texture gets into all the tiny crevices that a cloth rag can't, and the handle extends so I can easily reach the highest places in the room. And when I'm cleaning, I start at the top and work my way down, and I follow the same direction so that I don't retrace my steps, and I use the duster to knock the dust towards the ground the way you would sweep dirt across the floor. So I sweep the duster down the room so that I can collect any dust as it falls.
Goes round and round in circles, but I'm still on the ground. It's a dizzying day. I would give a lot to get away. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me? Or just sit beside me and never leave? I got the curtains up. I guess it would be nice if you could interrupt. Like this, it's a day I really would have missed. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me? Or just beside me and never leave.
When I'm finished dusting the house, I take the duster outside to clean it before I put it away, and you could use a vacuum to clear out the dust, but I like to shake it out with a few taps, or I use the blower to blow out the dust. And while I have the blower out, I take a few minutes to clear off the patio as well. And this time of year we have high winds that blow dust and leaves all over the patio, so we need to blow off the patio almost every day to keep the dirt out of the house.
There might be something I forgot, but all I know is that I'm
miss you a lot, a lot. 7 days of eternity, 7 days in another country. Every cell screams, stay right here, and my legs, they freeze us in fear. We got time after this, but I'll need you as my brightest light. Even in the darkest night, you shine so bright. Can someone make this disappear? I'm having a crisis down here. And if I can't see you, I lose my mind. I like to be with you all my time. And I miss you so much, the pain won't stop. It's the only thing I think about, it is a lot. Every cell screams, get back home. Every day is so, so long. We got time after this, but I need you as my brightest light. Even in the darkest night, I'm at an all-time low. I need you to be here tonight. Addicted to your glowing light. You shine so bright.
Having a cleaning routine might seem like a lot of extra work for some people. And when I first started to develop my routines, it seemed like I was always cleaning. But as these new habits started to take hold, I started to realize that I actually had more time and much less stress. But of course, there is a trade-off because there's always something that needs to be cleaned, but it's much more manageable because I know it's not going to take long. It takes about 10 minutes to vacuum and another 10 minutes to mop the floors, and I always try to get these two tasks done at the same time because it's easy to put things off at the end of the day. But there are times when I vacuum in the morning and I'll save the mopping for the end of the day.
When I'll be coming home, then I'll be at your door.
Having a wet vac is a huge time saver because I don't have to vacuum before I clean the floors, and mopping has always been my least favorite chore, but this new wet vac has made mopping seem more like vacuuming and less of a chore.
The wish I carry high whenever we're apart. It takes me through the night when I look deep into your eyes. When I look deep into your eyes. When I'll be coming home, and I am on my way. When I'll be coming home, I wanna see you play the music of your heart. I'm followed by your light whenever we're apart. It takes me through the night when I look deep into your eyes.
I typically use an all-purpose vinegar solution when I clean this floor, but this floor cleaner came with the wet back, and I don't want to use it on the natural stone that we have downstairs, but it's okay to use on the tiles that we have in this bathroom, and that way I can use it up so it doesn't go to waste. And it feels so good to have the house all clean and get a jump start on the week ahead. And I hope you enjoyed this video and then it gives you the cleaning motivation that you need. And thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I hope to see you next time.